Good morning. I thought I would do a little page in my glue book. I'm Sylvia the Crafty Old Lady, and I wanted to use this forest page. Unfortunately, just about every picture in here is too big for my little book. I'm going to have to make a bigger book so I can use some of these images, but I thought I would cut out a wolf. And I'm going to put her maybe behind, like the wolf, or behind the wolf maybe. I don't know. And then I'm going to try, if I have space, put a deer back here behind a tree maybe. And I have this little crow that I can cut out and put in the tree. And I also have an owl that I think is the right size. Unfortunately, mostly like the chipmunk is too big to go with this wolf. I don't know. I'm going to have to come up with how to size my pages to fit all my bigger images. I'm going to cut out this little piece here, and I'm going to cut out the deer and the wolf, probably maybe just one wolf, and probably, oh, I could put the beaver if I have a room. He's small enough. Probably just put like one baby deer, the smaller baby deer back here. But I also want to make sure I have her in there. So I think she's either going to go in front of the wolf. Maybe that would be better. Like, oh, she doesn't even know what's behind her. And then I can put the deer and this little beaver back here, because it looks like there's like a pond or a lake over here, kind of. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to start cutting things out, and after I have cut them out, we'll come back and put everything in place. I thought I'd show you how I actually cut out these little kinds of pieces here. I hope that you'll be able to see. I'm using this little finger blade, like a craft knife, and I'm just going to cut, like, I hope that was visible. This should be more visible. And like this. And it's hard to do it and so you can see it on camera. But that's how I'm cutting out these little pieces. I see I missed a spot. It's not quite cut all the way, so I'm going to have to do it again. I don't know where it's stuck. It's up here. There. Now back over here. That should work. Still a little piece right there, but it's half off. Whoops. So she's going to just be standing in the woods, enjoying and observing the beauty of the forest. Oh, we got to get him. This is the crow, and there's just a little piece. I don't worry too much about legs or antennas or things like that, but there's a little spot right here that my little tiny scissors just could not get at. It was a bad angle. So we have that, and a little bit tiny by his neck or beak. I think that would be easier to do with my little tiny scissors, actually. Then you got to be careful you don't cut the whole beak off. So there we have, these two are cut out. And I'm going to cut out the little deer, and probably just the one wolf. So let's get that. I can use this for something else, maybe along the side, I don't know, but maybe not in this one. So I'm going to cut out the deer and the wolf, and then we should be, oh, and then I have to fussy cut around the owl because it has a border. And then we'll get back to putting things in place. all my components are cut out and ready to be placed. You can either do that, and then we have this crow that can go maybe over here, and got something on him. Here is the owl that I thought would look perfect right there. And then we have our little beaver, little tiny beaver. I'm surprised I didn't lose it, which is going to have to go back there. I don't even know if you can tell it's a beaver. maybe we'll leave him out because he's so stinking small. Well, maybe not. I can see that he's a beaver. We can put him back there with the deer. I was thinking maybe like trying to hide the deer behind a tree. Not sure about how to place the deer so it doesn't look like he's floating. And then we can put this like this too. Not sure. Got to put more glue on this crow. If I can find other birds that are the proper size, I'll add them to this. Put him right on that stick right there. He's already glued down because he was a sticker. Let's just go right ahead and glue our little beaver right over here. See, now they always look like they're floating to me. So I was thinking like I want it to look like it's off in the distance, but I don't know how. Somebody teach me how to make it look like it's off in the distance. The only thing I could think of is to put like just its head peeking out from behind a tree. That's what I was thinking. And then its butt on the other side, you know? We could try it. We could definitely try it. I don't know. I don't want to ruin the deer either. Plus, I'd have to cut some of it out because some of it would look like an extra long deer, you know? You know what I mean? Okay, she's going right in front of the wolf, totally oblivious that there's a wolf howling behind her. And, let's see. It's got to go like here. So, to look like it's off in the distance, it would have to be like right over there. Or, well, here's the bottom of a tree that looks like it's farther away. I'm going to cut the deer. I'm going to be brave and cut the deer. Let's see. We'll do 1 foot. I'm going to put it like right here, off in the distance. And then we'll just put a little bit of its butt on the other side of the tree, like this much. And it will look like he's behind the trees, don't you think? That's my hope anyway. We'll find out. Yep, I've learned that I prefer to make little scenes. It's going to just look like a cut up deer. Let's see. I can't get it to stick down. Does he look like he's hiding behind a tree? Not really. You know what would have looked better if I made a slit and put the deer through it. That would have looked better. I wonder if I could do that, because there is another deer. We could try putting this deer somewhere and actually making a slit in the tree so it really looks like it's popping out or hiding behind the tree. And now I feel like I should put the rest of this deer together, and because it looks weird. It looks weird. Let's go ahead and do that. I am going to hopefully put this back together so that it looks good. Up a little bit. There we go. So he's hiding over here. Not really hiding though. There's another tree here, but then he would be smaller than this one. So I could put it like behind this one. Let's try it. What the heck? I mean, you know, what's the big deal? It doesn't look good, it doesn't look good. Let's just go ahead and do it. Right, so I have my other deer cut out, and I'm going to put this, let's see where it should go. I guess right back here. And even though it's not going to look like it's off in the distance, maybe it will. I'm going to have to make a slit big enough for the head to fit through. The whole front of the deer to fit through. And then the back. Well, as you can see, I was looking through the camera instead of at what I was actually doing, and I caught my finger. Let's put this away. Now let's see if the deer will look good behind the tree. It might. Let's see. What am I going to have to do? Actually, I think I have to make it a little bigger. I don't want to cut myself again. Okay, let's see if I can do it now. Okay. I've never done this before, so we're going to go in on this side and then back in this side. Oh my gosh, I think it's going to look cute. Gotta get his back in there though. Can you see? I'm pulling his head out and then pushing it back through. Oh yeah, that looks cute. That looks like he's really peeking through. Awesome! It was worth getting my finger cut. But hopefully never again. Now let's glue him down. And I'll give you a little peek at my other pages. I keep adding to them, you know. It doesn't have to be done. I like that it's over his ears over the tree too. I'll hold it up a little closer for you. I think that looks really cute. I'm not so keen on the beaver, but the rest of it, that really came out cute. They do look like they're kind of far away, and that's it. Got my owl and my bird, and I'll add more birds if I want. So let's go back. This was my very first page of Glue Book. Are we seeing it? And it just says, they waited in silence. There was silence for some minutes. The large birds complained. I forget what I cut these out of, but all of this is, except for this piece right here, is Van Gogh wrapping paper in the background. And then I have this one that says, Healthy Living, an Exciting Adventure. And I put people walking and all the birds, and then I just added these trees, or these leaves. This funny guy, reasons to smile, going the extra mile. Going the extra mile to get fit. Have a Merry Christmas, a very Merry Christmas. Wonders of Creation, superb. This one says, everything reflected the radiance of the brilliant sky. The sky swam in scarlet. That's a weird one. And then over here, I have just a pleasant night like any other. General pleasantries full of significance. A moment to enjoy. It isn't too late. They're looking up at the birds. Survival. I've got my little creatures all surviving, eating a bug, running away, warning other squirrels to go, get away, get away. And then he's filling up his cheeks with food. I think he's eating something. They're just kind of looking, and he's eating grass, I think. So they're all surviving. Then I have this page that just says the wild scarlet of the sky. Haven't figured out what to do with that yet. Then we have the one we worked on today, observe the beauty of the forest. I love how that came out. I'm going to do that more often. Here's some hummingbirds and flowers. These flowers are on the background page, and these are all added. Yeah, that's added too. This bird is on the background page, and all these flowers, but all the other birds I added on to that. I don't have any words on there yet, and I could add more birds too. Then I have into the frosty air. There's this lady in her car. Maybe her car broke down, and this one's going out to get help, which she shouldn't do. She should stay with the car. I could add stuff to this too eventually. And then I have her holding a flower. I did do that little thing where I put the stem in her hands to make it look like she's holding the flower. And then I have an osprey, and I think that's another osprey, and then that's a baby seagull, and that's a seagull. And it says, she's more than a pretty she's more than a pretty face. She felt very curious, curiouser and curiouser. And then we have these guys, and that says one innocent heart. Just the room is in the background. I added the dog, the people, and the food. I had to put a dog in front of him because his legs were cut off. I wanted it to look like the dog was just in front of his legs. Then I have soak up the sun. I haven't put anything on that background yet. This one I made a while ago. The cardinal is a special sign to me. It encourages me that even in the darkest of times, I should hope for light and great accomplishments. And then I have this background that I haven't done anything with yet. And that's it. That's my very first glue book, and it's glued together. So, thanks so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. And I did want to say that all of these kinds of backgrounds, like I think this one too, this one, these were all Dollar Tree calendar backgrounds, and the ones like rooms are just magazine backgrounds from Dollar Tree. So yeah, that's how I did it. See you next time. Bye bye.